Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Try Out the Galactic Civilizations 3 Beta with me, Get Daved. Important note, I'm going to say two things and then we're going to get right started on it. One, this is still the beta. When I posted my videos on the alpha, a lot of people were like, man, this looks really shoddy. It's because it was the alpha, it wasn't done yet. It's still not done, they're still working on balance and everything, so we've got to acknowledge that. They're making me acknowledge it before I go any further. Thing two, a lot of people got the impression that the game was $100 US because of the pre-early access Steam Ultimate Founders Edition thing. The game is not insanely expensive. It's normal price for a AA game. Because it's not quite AAA, but it's still really awesome. And probably better than a bunch of AAA games. So just, I don't know what the price is, but they have like all these different packages. 100 is the most expensive one that has like free DLC forever and everything. So just don't freak out about that. I probably got literally over 100 comments of people freaking out in the last one. So, let's go! And let's enjoy the wonderful theme in the background. Similar races to the previous Galactic Civilization games. I was kind of hoping to try out the Yor. Historically, I often play as, humans are. The Altarians are actually really good. Also, they got hot since the last game. Ultra-capitalists, eh? Infertile. Oh, that's totally not me. I don't know. I usually try winning through economics, so let's go for it. It's no longer Alan Bradley. Goodbye, Tron reference. I usually don't mess around with the default settings too much, especially because we're just going to play this for a little bit. I don't want to do a full exploration until the full version of the game comes out, because this is the earliest beta they've had. But we'll at least take a look at the options that are there. Pirates. That's going to be an interesting twist. Choose your neighbors. Oh yeah, put them all in there. Intelligence. Sure. Let's play on normal. I have no clue how hard the game is. I like the scatter galaxy the best. Sorry, Milky Way. No barred spirals for you. It does take a while to generate the universe, but it's okay. The graphics are very nice. I'm very excited for GalCiv 3 because number 2 was a very good game, but one thing that's always been a challenge for Stardock, because they shifted into making games from making Windows customization software before. So sometimes their graphics lag behind, but they really brought their A game for this one. And the most important thing is to have good gameplay with good rules and everything, but the graphics really do help. Alright, we've got our scout. Got an artifact nearby. I'm just gonna bring the zoom out. Got a little bit of chop here, so I apologize for that. I might switch recording strategies for a full Let's Play. Let's send our survey ship to recover the artifact. Mysterious hardware. More research points? Too bad I didn't pick one. Alright, so it looks like we're seeing continuation of the sort of twist on the traditional tech tree we saw in the original one, or in the alpha, where we're going to have a general category we research, and then there will be more specific applications we can research within each one, which is a cool twist on it, and it's more tree-like, which I like. a lot of the time games talk about a tech tree, but it's a tree with 4 branches, and they're all straight, and they do not further branch off. I think we'll start with the factories. Actually, false. Let's at least take a look at the entire tree once. Beyond mortality. So we've got senescence there. So the tech tree doesn't actually look that big, but it's important to realize each one of these applications of your technology is where the real good stuff is. So we also have separate trees for each category, so this is no small deal. Promethean support systems. All hype that actually sucks. Alright, this looks colorful. Let's go check it out. Oh, it's a black hole. Okay. That's new. We have shipyards orbiting outside. Our first priority should be to find a planet. You always can settle on Mars, but it's just so thoroughly mediocre. Alright. Got a star worth checking out over there. And on Earth. Pardon me. Earth. Thoroughly undeveloped. So, just got the basic structures as before. And we've got some fun resources here. I usually like to start with just increasing the general production. So that's what we'll get started on. They have some nice adjacency bonuses as well. So it adds a little bit of practicality to clustering things together. This spot seems like a good candidate for saving for any standalone building that's likely to come along. So the adjacency bonus concept is pretty cool. Kind of like what you see in XCOM. Can we adjust the focus? It appears not. Or at least I don't know how yet, because we're doing this totally blind. We do have a shipyard, so we could build ships as well, but probably don't have any worth building quite yet, because we just only have the basic technology. And the colony ship. I guess I'll send it this direction. Nice that it's telling me about everything outstanding. I guess constructors are pretty cool. That'll allow us to build a starbase if you're unfamiliar, and then you can keep building more constructors, and you could build other starbases, or you could keep sending them to a pre-constructed one and begin upgrading it. Put bigger guns on it, turn it into an economic starbase or a cultural one. I'm tempted to just go for a second colony ship straight up. Choose planetary sponsor. What? There we go. Alright, we'll have to figure this out later. Sounds good. And now we've got the colony ship in there. Tempting to remove it. Okay, I see how this is working now. May make more sense to build a scout first, but we've got a pretty good inkling on where we should start. And congratulations, everybody. We've got ourselves some uninhabitable planets. Good start, everyone. Interesting development with these dust clouds. He probably won't get shot down. No planets. Alright, the nebula, which is different from a dust cloud, I guess. A bit more of an impediment to sensors, but less so to combat. Getting near the limits of our range. So hopefully one of these planets turns out, otherwise we're in a world of trouble. Colony ship can still move, that's encouraging. I think we've probably plotted out most of the planets around that ship though. Alright, we found our first resource floating around out there. So if we had a constructor on the way, we could send it here, and that would secure the resource, which is a little bit different than the type of star bases I was describing earlier. Hello! It has wobble. Well, most planets do. See some sparklies over there. Either they're graphical glitches or a vortex. Rank 12 on a planet is very good. I love the name Ankros too. And our moral dilemma? I guess every solar system gets to call it the Oort cloud. I kind of hope that would be special to just ours. That we're willing to kill a god to get it. What are your orders? Haha! Dang. That is still pretty ruthless for a pragmatic option. As long as they think it's true, it doesn't matter if it actually is. I mean, for all we know, it's full artificial technology. Maybe it did create them or whatever. Some theories putting out that humanity's organic compounds were originally seeded by a comet. Sorry, primordial soup. Looks like you had some help. I'm a little torn. It looks like there's no other negative benefit. I mean, these are people I have to live with, so I don't really want to start out on the wrong foot, but just looking at the dollars and cents here, ugh, sold. Normally I end up on the pragmatic side of things, but I felt kind of bad about that one. Nice. Well, They're going to need at least one factory to get things going. And this is pretty good. Interesting. Influence growth. At the very least, we'll need at least one factory. Toss a couple down, and then research would be really good here. So let's see if we can sneak a couple in. That'll keep them busy forever. Alright, it'd be cool if we could eventually encounter another species, so I'm going to really keep going on the exploration here. If I were playing for reals, it would be pretty worthwhile to colonize Mars. More to prevent an annoying thing than anything else. In the alpha, I discussed this as well. Mars is next to useless and will only contribute in a very tangential way. Except for anyone else, it's a nice landing place right on your shores, and it's really good if you don't have too many of those. In this game, the neighbors are almost always trying to kill you, just like in real life. Yeah, it sounds crazy. You haven't met my neighbors. Anyway. Research time, everybody. Valve is informing me that we have succeeded. Alright. So we learned how to build stuff on new planets, and so that has cracked it open, and now we can get into the applications of our technology. Alright, which will allow us to specialize. I like the sounds of these things. All very similar, and total research bonus. Okay, we should go for manufacturing first, because we build research labs with factories. Turns process reasonably quickly. Lots of black holes out there. I'm in the middle of the maw. I don't like that. Oh, hello. Filtrius1. I've been waiting a long time to meet you. In the creepiest voice possible. 19 turns. Well, that's about the best I can do right now. We've got factories underway. As a matter of fact, we just finished one. It's already obsolete. Alright then. Scout way the heck down here. What can it see? It's one! Also, I named one of the planets in this, or one of the solar systems that may come up, so if you ever see the Legend system, think of me. Think of me fondly when we say goodbye. Alright, I wonder if there's going to be more good ones in the Filtrius system. Red star, closest planet, probably the only one in a habitable zone, but you never know. Sometimes it's more complicated than that. Looks like there's been a couple tweaks to the user interface of the game, and I'm enjoying it a fair bit. A lot of the comments in the earlier alpha videos were pretty critical of it, but, you know, to be honest, functionality is, of course, the most important thing. Oh, hello. Survey ship is pretty far away. I don't think it'll be getting there anytime soon. I am using kind of a barred spiral exploration technique. Oh, hello. So, the Drangan. They're the worst, and that's all we need to say about them. Yeah, in the plot of the lore of the Galactic Civilizations universe, humanity discovered the hyperdrive everybody's using, and then shared it with everybody without thought of consequence, including the most militant society. I guess once you share it with a few people, word gets out. Uninhabitable. Okay. Possible locations they could have come from. We're looking at the boundaries of the playing area. This is a pretty small galaxy, all things considered. Their scout was up there. I'm going to predict they're up here, because it just seems like there's... I don't know, I figure I would have seen them coming from the side sooner. Either way, we've met them, so conflict is working its way towards us, would be the happiest way of putting it. I wonder if they've implemented any of the military features. They weren't there in the alpha. We can make a quick spin past the diplomacy screen. Yeah, they're still working on things. That's all right. Everybody is not fond of me. That's to be expected. They're all new. And I'm new. I would feel better if I knew where they were coming from. We also, I mean, have really terrible sensor coverage of all of our territory. Huh. Republica. Space junk. Okay, so the ship graveyard and space junk both are usually just floating money, basically. Sometimes you get technology out of the space junk, I think. Manufacturing specialization on its way. Oh. Good to know. Dead last. Always encouraging. We can toggle all sorts of fun things on the minimap. Looks like some sort of population counter. There's only 2 more stars left in that direction. If we go right to the edge of its sensor range, maybe we can learn something. Illyrium. I know all about you from XCOM. Alright. Manufacturing bonus, that'll help us with our colonial ships. And let's make them cheaper too, shall we? I'm going to end this video here. In the next one, we'll just continue on with this slow development. And Hopefully we'll get to see what violent confrontation is like in the very near future, because they're probably coming for me. I'll see you in the next video, everybody.